Well, defense officials from across Asia, the United States, Europe and other regions have begun gathering in Singapore as the 2026 IISS Shangri-La Dialogue opens today. However, for the second year in a row, Chinese Defence Minister will skip this week's event. Beijing has said it is sending a delegation of experts and scholars from the People's Liberation Army to the Security Forum. Meanwhile, the US Defence Secretary Pete Hegseth arrived in Singapore for the Security Forum, which will run from May 29 to May 31. Hegseth was seen training with soldiers stationed on the USS Boxer in Singapore ahead of his diplomatic meetings with international leaders. Hegseth's speech will focus on the military's common sense approach to safeguarding US vital national interests in the Indo-Pacific, and this is according to the Pentagon. Hegseth also met Vietnam President To Lam on the sidelines of the summit. As per reports, they were expected to focus on maritime security cooperation and unmanned capabilities. India, on the sidelines of the summit, underscored its strategic priorities for a stable and secure Indo-Pacific through high-level diplomatic outreach and academic engagement. The Ministry of Defence said that the Defence Secretary Rajesh Kumar Singh engaged with leading think tanks and academia on strengthening the Indo-Pacific security architecture, defence industrial collaboration and emerging technology partnerships. Now, in its 23rd year, the three-day summit is known for its exchanges between delegates as they confront some of the biggest defence issues of the day. China's rapid military modernization and assertiveness in the Indo-Pacific will likely be among top issues on the table, according to top diplomats and security officials. The dialogue also comes as West Asia is increasingly on edge as new attacks have threatened the tenuous ceasefire in the Iran war. Russia, meanwhile, has intensified its war on Ukraine. Meanwhile, South Korea has conveyed its willingness to engage in dialogue with Pyongyang. The foreign minister said so, expressing expectations that the North would eventually respond to Seoul's efforts to establish peace on the Korean peninsula. As per local news, the minister said at this point there were no visible signs of North Korea returning to dialogue. The comments came following his meeting with Singapore's Foreign Minister Vivian Balakrishnan. Separately, Singapore's foreign minister also met his North Korean counterpart in Pyongyang during a rare working visit aimed at discussions on bilateral ties and regional issues.
Friends, the international situation is even more volatile, probably more dangerous now than it has been for a long time. And in times like this, it's all the more important to consult closely, to have good friends, and to have a relationship based on trust, and to be able to exchange perspectives.
We are fully convinced that this will serve as a meaningful occasion to inject new vitality into the ceaseless strengthening and development of the friendship and cooperation between Korea and Singapore under the leadership of the General Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea.